Alright. Laugh it up. Has it been 8 seconds yet? Okay. Yes, I suck ass at Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm probably the worst Master Duel player in the entirety of NA. This was pathetic. Please, like I should have just quit while I was ahead, bro. Like I don't even remember what the hell happened for the past 15 hours. I was just in a daze. You know, interrupted occasionally by just me yelling at the top of my lungs, just every curse word that I know in my head. Thank God I don't stream, because I know damn well if I did stream this, I would have gotten banned on Twitch free. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I also almost got evicted based on how much I was banging the table and just yelling. I'm sorry, my next door neighbors. I'm terribly sorry. This won't happen again for 3 months. 3 months. Okay, next DZ Cup, but for 3 months I will never be this loud again. Okay, so yeah, what do I feel about this format? It honestly, everything that's I feel about this format has already been said by people that have been playing it, you know, or anybody in the Yu-Gi-Oh community, TCG, Master Duel, or OCG. Goddamn, all three of these formats are absolutely terrible right now. It's you have the maxi problem in like Master Duel still. Obviously, we have we have the maxi issue where it's like so many games are determined by a singular card, and oftentimes like when 2 maxis are involved, one person resolves their maxi, the other person doesn't resolve their maxi, and the person that resolves their maxi wins. But I'm not gonna get into that again. I'm sure you already, if you play Master Duel for any amount of time, you should already be aware of that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put my stats that I recorded on screen. It's absolutely awful. I played over 250 games, could not even muster up plus 30 wins. That is absolutely pathetic trash, bro. Why do I even bother? But yeah, anyways, yeah, I felt like generally 80% of these games that I played in felt like there was basically zero player control or player input. It was like games were basically determined by just comparing opening hands, because there are so many decks right now that you know, Fire King, Snake Eyes, Rescue Race, Purrely, a lot of these decks just run 40 to 50% of their deck is just non-engine. Why? Because you resolve one card combo and you win the game. So it's just literally 2 monkeys fleeing poop. In this case, the poop is hand traps at each other until one of them resolves their combo, and then whoever does that wins the game. Yeah, that not. I don't know how they're gonna fix this, bro. I don't see this getting any better, unfortunately. For like TCG, I don't know when the TCG balance is for Master Duel. We haven't even gotten all the Diabellsters for yet, so I can't see them hitting Snake Eyes that much further. And if they don't hit Snake Eyes, then we're just gonna have to deal with the same fire that we've been dealing with for the past 3 to 4 months, continuing onward. And OCG, man, you guys gotta. What the hell is going on in OCG, bro? I saw your guys' ban list, and you gotta deal with Snake Eyes and Tenpai on top of all this stuff with the Phoenix cards. Yeah, you guys are. You OCG players are stronger than I am. So I guess I'll go over the 2 decks that I played mainly for this event. Not that there's anything particularly interesting about them. First is Rescue Ace, and Rescue Ace by far performed the better of my 2 decks between this and Snake Eyes. And I'm not gonna call this like the best or anything, but I won't. I'll stop making jokes about, you know, Rescue Ace more like Rescue Ass. Am I right? Haha. Yeah, no. This deck's better than that. This is probably like maybe a top. There's probably a top 3 deck in the game. Granted, we've quickly figured out in the World Championship qualifiers that really the only deck that's actually worth playing is probably Fire King Snake Eyes. And the reason I didn't play Fire King Snake Eyes was because honestly, nobody even agreed on a proper build on how to actually build Fire King Snake Eyes. Right? Like I think the build that the top people in NA, specifically Trish, started running, those builds were finalized during the middle of the event. Like Trish literally switched to a different build of Fire King Snake Eyes on the second to last day, to where he climbed all the way past 50k. But yeah, point is, I'm obviously terrible at the game, and I didn't know any Fire King Snake Eyes lines, so I was not gonna. If I played Fire King Snake Eyes, I was not gonna do well because I had no idea how to play that deck. I know how to play against it, I know what to stop, but if you give me like 5 different test hands trying to optimally play through the lines, I'm gonna fumble them. I'm gonna fumble 4 out of 5 of those hands. So yeah, but back to Rescue Ace. I'm sure you're noticing this is 48 cards. Okay, 48 cards just because the Rescue Ace engine is fucking huge, bro. I'm running a minimal fire Rescue Ace engine. Okay, like this is like a small as far as engine goes. Because you know, I'm not running Impulse. I'm not running where is it? A Fire Engine or Fire Attack. I'm not running any of these cards. Why? Because, well, number one, you can see the deck's already quite large. But two, I just didn't think these were that good against specifically Fire King Snake Eyes. They're probably okay in the mirror match, and they're probably okay against some other matchups. Maybe it's pure Snake Eyes. Not that anyone's playing pure Snake Eyes except me. I wonder why. But yeah, if I Impulse Fire Engine my opponent, and my opponent's on Fire Kings, they're going to Kieran, pop my shit, and then Hida back my monsters from my grave and continue extending from there. That just does not feel nice. I would rather just cut my deck down as much as I can cut it down and draw the actual good hand traps, which are Valor, Ash, Maxi, Imperm, the big 4, plus Gamma. Gamma is fucking insane. I would not be surprised if one of the random hits after this WCS ban list is Gamma going to 1, like it is in both the TCG and OCG, I believe. This card's like absolutely the single best hand trap going second. And going first, the existence of this hand trap, you might say like, oh yeah, this hand trap it's not good going first. It can easily be played around. Well, just the existence of Gamma forces you to hand trap like in a way that feels terrible. You know, when your opponent goes Bonfire, add Poplars, activate Poplar effect, you're like, should I max C for a free draw? No, actually I'll hold my max C and not do it, because if I play in the Gamma, I fucking lose the game. So I'm gonna hold it like a bozo and just not get any value out of it, because they're probably gonna be on Snake Eyes, and then you're gonna add OSS, and then you're gonna maxi for 1 draw, and they're gonna Ponyx search their Skyburn as a quick play pop and pass to you on their 3 to 4 hand traps in their hand. But yeah, that I honestly I came to despise Gamma. I hate it when it's used against me. I hate it when I draw it because I never get to get it off on my turn. I hate the fucking driver. Like, Jesus Christ, bro, the amount of times it was in my hand in a 48 card deck. Speaking of the number of times I drew Poplar plus Bonfire in a 48 card deck, like that was supposed to be one of the perks of running 48 cards, so that I see my bricks less. I opened a game of Driver, Poplar, Bonfire, 2 traps in my hand. Like, man. Okay, so back to the fire, the engine. So yeah, 2 Hydrant, 3 Airlifter, 2 Preventer, 2 Turb, 3 Black Witch, 3 Bonfire, 3 Emergency, 1 Wanted, 1 HQ, 1 Rescue, 1 Alert, 1 OSS. This is, oh yeah, and 1 Rhoda. Very standard. I saw a lot of people cutting Turbulence down to 1 because this card is only terrible to draw, but there's some very random instances where I actually had to, where 2 Turbulence came up. Like, not just from drawing it, but like sometimes I would already go through 1 Turbulence, and I would have to emergency the other one, or scenarios where I had to like swap 1 out for the other because it was gonna get Imperm, but I didn't want to like get another Hydrant because I already had a Hydrant. It comes up. Not maybe not often enough to where you can completely justify running 2 Turbulence, but it's defensible at least. I would not go if you run 3 Turbulence, you're a sicko, you're a madman. Seek help. Yeah, anything else more to say about the deck? The extra deck. I'm not running Baron stuff, I'm not running the Auroradon stuff, I'm not running the Cybers package. The Cybers package just takes way too many slots. Now, I will say this. Maybe you don't need SP to SP Little Knight. I never made 2 SP Little Knight, ever. Not a single time. In like over 100 something games, I've only ever summoned 1 SP Little Knight per game. Okay, that I can remember. There's probably at least 1 or 2 games where I've made 2 SP Little Knight, but I really cannot remember. Maybe at most it's like maybe a couple times where the second one came up. And honestly, I just started the SP Little Knight. The second one started becoming the thing that I just Prosperity away, because you know, it just never came up. By the way, Prosperity. This card, I feel like every deck was running this. I've seen Snake Eyes running this, Fire King Snake Eyes, Purrely, Rescue Ace, obviously stun matchups, and then like everything else. If you're not playing one of the top meta decks, you're probably playing some like random stuff like stun, or you know, a shifter like Exorcist or Kashira, or you're playing Labrynth. Like all of these decks run Prosperity. This will probably never get banned, but I could see it at a point where even the best decks are running Prosperity. That you know, it might be time to go Copium, although probably not. And yeah, the 2 link ones. Second one, I always Prosperity away. Nightmare Phoenix. This card's insane. I will never cut this card from a fire deck. Ita. Keep in mind the Charmers. Hita specifically, right? So you get plays by crashing Hita. Crash Hita, get Hydrant, go combo. I've seen a lot of my opponents had opportunities to just literally just crash Hita to get a search and make their play live, but they just never did that. So you know, thank you to my opponents who didn't take advantage of that play. IP, honestly, I made IP maybe 3 times, and two of them were because I got hand trapped and I couldn't get the Turbulence, so I was like, I might as well just set up IP into SP on my turn with a Link Rebuild. I lost every single game I made IP in, so yeah, this is not something you make on your end board. Unicorn, Promethean Princess, Appaloosa, Access Code, made like twice, didn't really come up. Salamangreat, the Raging Phoenix, Zealantis, and Underworld Goddess. I never summoned this card a single time. This was a waste of an extra deck slot, bro. This is the opportunities for me to make this against Purrely never came up, because they all just play around it anyways. They're gonna stop you before you get to enough bodies, because the threat of Goddess makes them play around Goddess even whether you have it or not. And obviously I really ended on SP, so I never made this. This should have been something like Selene. Not that Selene really didn't come up either. Like, this extra deck's decently flexible, just don't need everything in here. I will say, Appaloosa, when you're playing Rescue Ace, you should ideally end on Appaloosa and then possibly a Hydrant. You can do this with like a 2-card combo with like access to either Witch or Poplar, getting the OSS for the Hydrant, and then Hydrant normal summon the Airlifter. And then if you have Preventer, you could link out the Preventer into the Appaloosa. Preventer summons back the Hydrant, and that's your best end board is Appaloosa plus the Force set plus a Hydrant on field. That plays it around the most. It loses you like the blowouts that people play against Risk Ace. It loses you to the least amount, because obviously if they have Duster, you could just you have an Appaloosa after they Duster you, and you also set up the grave to where you have a Preventer. So you have, if they Duster you, honestly it's fine. You have Preventer plus Appaloosa still, plus whatever hand trap you have. Even if they evenly you, if you have the emergency set, you could chain emergency so that at least after evenly you, the Preventer goes to the grave, and then Preventer summons back the Airlifter. You have follow up, and at least they give their battle phase, and now they have to deal with a 3 to 4 material Appaloosa that they cannot run over because they already used their battle phase. And Appaloosa is really good against Fire Kings because it checks Kieran. basically anything they summon, their Ash, their Onyx, whatever, you can feel free to contain their shit. Because if you have an Appaloosa on the field, you can simply Appaloosa their Kieran, and they can no longer dodge your Contain. And if you can get the Contain off, that puts the matchup well in your favor. Yeah, this card's great. Oh yeah, and against Tier specifically, and Branded, the end board of Appaloosa the Hydrogen plays around Super Poly the best, because they can't Super Poly you unless they normal summon Albaz and then have Super Poly. I guess they got you there. They can Super Poly away your Appaloosa, but you don't play into Super Poly by just having Hydrant and Appaloosa on the field, and you use your back row disruption first. So you use Contain and Extinguish if you can first. That way you don't play into tactics and stuff like that, and then. You can start, depending on the matchup, you can start finding your Appaloosa. If you're in a Super Poly matchup, try to hold the Preventer. Well, honestly, though, it's not even worth something to Preventer, because it's not like Preventer is that good against a lot of tier plays or branded plays, even. So, like, just giving them a extra Super Poly target is not really worth it. Now, against Horus, if the tier is playing the Horus builds and the Horus cards that are holding back the tier deck, then yeah, Preventer's good there. But Preventer, I usually summon this off of Rescue the last, unless I know for a fact that my opponent's not playing a Super Poly deck. And I did get Super Poly in the mirror match a couple times. Those psychos running Rescue Ace with Super Poly, but yeah. Anyway, the other deck is even less interesting to talk about. Next, we have Pure Snake Eyes. Not Fire King Snake Eyes, because once again, I'm bad and I don't know how to play Fire King Snake Eyes, but Pure. I don't think I gotta explain a goddamn thing about this deck. I think the ratios are pretty self-explanatory. Maybe I'll go over some things that I guess aren't as standard anymore, which is, one, I'm still running the single pack of Jet Synchron. I personally still think this is worth it. I think literally every single game that I went into the Synchro package, I won the game. That being said, that probably means that my opponent didn't have enough hand trap to stop me in the first place, so, you know, would I have won those games if I just made a normal Link board instead of a Synchro board, like with Heat Soul or something? Maybe, maybe not, hard to tell. I will say that you go into these way more often than a lot of people realize, or you can end on Synchros a lot more often than a lot of people realize, since I guess not everyone on Master Duel watched Christian Reina's video about comboing with Pure Snake Eyes, but you don't have to just resolve Ash plus Diabellstar to end on the Synchros, right? Like, obviously that's the best one, that gets you the best board, but if the only way to access your Synchros was specifically through Ash with Diabellstar, I would not be running the Synchros either. Most of the time I used my Synchros, it was actually not opening with Ash, because for example, if you open Jet Synchron, people think Jet Synchron is a brick. Well, Jet Synchron plus Diabellstar actually gets you the full end board, the God board, we'll say. With like Formula, Savage, and then Formula synchroing into Baron Defleur on your opponent's turn. That plays around Super Poly completely if you do it properly, because you control when you summon the monsters. So your end board, first of all, is going to be Flamebird, Formula plus Baron, and that can't be Super Poly'd. And then if you use, or sorry, not Flamebird, Savage plus Formula, which that can't be Super Poly'd. And then as soon as you use Savage Negate, you're going to Formula with the Savage into Baron, and then your board is Flamebird's Baron, and then an IP on board. That also can't be Super Poly'd. So yeah, it's a very layered, very safe board that, you know, doesn't lose to any blowouts after you fully comboed. What else? Oh yeah, Diabellstar plus Divine Temple is a combo into Synchros. Snake Eyes Ash plus one of Temple or Original Symbol Spoils also gets you a combo into the Synchros access. You can, one Snake Eyes Ash also lets you end on the Synchros as well if you want to be greedy and don't play it through hand traps, which I did that a few times when I saw my opponent was on 60 and they didn't have any responses to my plays. I just went greedy and went the full combo, ending on one Snake Eyes Ash, ending on Formula plus Flambird with an IP set, placing the spell trap, and then on their opponent's turn, Flambird summons back the IP, and then you form the Synchron with the Flambird into Baron. Yeah, basically, I don't think Jet Synchron was the card that lost me games. I will say. What lost me games was, you have to open a kind of specific type of hand to win with this deck in this format, and that is, when you go second, you gotta open 2 to 3 hand traps, plus 2 engine, and preferably a maxi out. This deck gets cooked by maxi going second. The amount of I wanted to throw up the amount of times I got maxi going second, Jesus Christ. And then when you go first, you want to open like Bonfire, or you just want to open a normal summon, either Ash or Poplar, and then extenders plus Called By plus Cross L. Now the problem is, a lot of times, as you know, you'll draw the going second hands when you go first, and you'll draw the going first hands when you go second. So that means you lose the coin flip, and your hand is Called By, Cross Out, Bonfire, Diabellstar, which is great, but you have no hand traps in that hand, and when you don't open hand traps in this format and your opponent gets to combo off, you lose the game, because there's no way your engine is pushing through their engine after being set up. And then the flip side is, you go first and you open 3 hand traps. You open Valor, Maxi, Inperm, Ash, and like a Gamma. It's like great, but now I normal summon Ash and I get Inpermed, and I hard pass. So, yeah. At the very least, when you go first, those hands aren't as bad, because, you know, you do have 3 hand traps backing you up, so you generally can stop them enough to where you can pass it back to you, and then that's how you play, and that's how you get to any semblance of a grind them game in Master Duel right now, is you and your opponent throwing 3 hand traps at each other to the point where it passes to a turn 3. But still, when I resolve my combo then on turn 3, then I auto win, because yeah, that's a 1-card combo format, baby. Prosperity, I'm running Prosperity. If you're playing Pure Snake Eyes, you gotta run Prosperity, bro. Like, it's fine. Prosperity, I actually do Prosperity away the synchros most of the time, because when I use Prosperity, it probably means I either don't have a play or I got stopped and I'm looking for extender, and in both those cases, it's generally when I don't go through single route anymore. So yeah, it's not hard to find 6 prosperity advantage. I will say, you don't going first, you don't need dark a lot of time. You might not need Celine based on your combo route. If you're going like second, you might not end on Appaloosa. Obviously, the synchros, a lot of the synchros gets to go. Against stun, I kept the Baron in, and Prosperity to wait the Charmers, because when the hell am I gonna use the Charmers against stun, right? And yeah, Subversion is also just an extra target. A lot of people are suggesting running 2 Oak as an additional follow-up. I agree. It's nice having an Oak as another follow-up. At the same time, drawing this card sucks major fucking ass. I don't want to run more British in this deck, bro. I don't want to open hands of like 3 hand traps plus Oak, which does absolutely nothing. Oh yeah, and I guess some people might be asking why I'm not running Cashiera cards here. Honestly, I probably should have been running Cashiera cards, because my logic was, I have 16 hand traps in here. I need every single one of these hand traps to help going second. Because if I open a Unicorn instead of like a Gamma, and my opponent gets the full combo, and I lose the game because of that, I'm gonna lose my mind. But, you know, as you saw, my win rate going second wasn't that great anyways. Maybe I should have just raised my win rate going first even further, from like mid 60% to what, 70+%. Probably that was the play. Yeah, I don't know how to. I don't want to think about Snake Eyes anymore after this weekend. Believe me, I ain't gonna be playing this deck for a hot minute unless some wacky new cards come out in the selection pack, or some weird ban list changes happens. But yeah, to commemorate my retiring of this deck, why don't we watch my replays with my 2 decks. So out of the 99% of my duels this weekend, which were just unwatchable and predetermined, basically based on the opening hand and the coin flip, there were very few interesting games. So I have the interesting games saved up. One of them here is, I know what you're thinking. Rescue Ass Mirror Match. Interesting. What? Well, and as you can see, I also bricked. So, yeah, our opponent is gonna go Fire Attacker for some reason. I don't know why. And I'm gonna Hydrant add Turbulence and Special Turbulence. Okay, so my opponent is obviously... My opponent is on crack. Okay? They summoned a Naked Turbulence. And they're going to use Turbulence effect without an SP on the field. I know I toggled off, but this is World Championship qualifiers. You gotta play around the toggle. You gotta assume that people always have an Infirm or a Veiler in hand to negate the... I mean, regardless, it doesn't matter because Gamma is the one hand trap that doesn't care. That doesn't matter. So maybe they knew I had the Gamma. Because Gamma, regardless if you have Infirm, regardless if you have SP or not, I can negate your Turbulence 100% guaranteed as long as you don't have Ash. Now, if you Ash my Gamma, I'm gonna be really fucking sad. But if you don't Ash the Gamma, then Gamma is the only hand trap that's a surefire way to stop Turbulence from setting 4. So, yeah. Now they're going to go into Sunlight Wolf for some reason. Sunlight Wolf, what is this? What is this? January 2024? But yeah, I should have. Yeah, they're gonna add follow up, and I nib here because they're gonna go into Heat Soul probably. And honestly, I was caught off guard by Sunlight Wolf. I should have nibued earlier before they made Link Rebo and added back the follow up. So that was a whoopsie by me. I just I was like, really? We're doing Sunlight Wolf? We're doing this? And then they're gonna rescue H2 and they're gonna shuffle back 4 and shuffle back everything and draw a card and set 1. So my turn. Yeah. Nibiru beats, baby. Set cross out, set Qualifier. Honestly, cross out goes kind of crazy in a mirror match. I will say that. They're gonna HQ summon Airlifter and I'm crossing out that Airlifter. I ain't playing around no emergency minigame or anything. I am crossing out the Airlifter. You are not getting your Airlifter effect. And yeah, they're going to summon their Fire Engine. They had Fire Engine and probably Fire Attacker in hand. So yeah, now they're getting an emergency out the Hydrant, and I'm going to call by it the Hydrant because the Hydrant was the one Hydrant was the one card that they didn't shovel back to HQ, and that's going to cost them because now I get to call by their Hydrant and probably stop their turn. And they're gonna Link Rebo out the Hydrant and then make SP and banish my Viru. And they're gonna rescue again, and this is the most value that HQ has ever gotten in a single game. Like, you draw 2 cards and they're gonna go into they top deck Preventer and they're gonna special Preventer and forget that they can't attack with SP and not do anything because all Preventer does was I don't know why they didn't link out the Preventer to summon back the Fire Engine. The Fire Engine is gonna do more on the field than the Preventer with no other rescues on the board. Like, what? Anyway, I draw. Yeah, I love this. Did I mention that these were the washable games? Oh man, I forgot I bricked for 3 turns in this game and my opponent was unable to finish me off. Wow, this quality. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! And top deck Bonfire. Okay, Bonfire, get Poplar. Special Poplar, and it's gonna get Infirm. So I still don't have Engine. I still don't have Engine. So yeah, we're gonna normal summon Maxi. We're gonna go Poplar into Link Rebo. I check my opponent's grave. My opponent has no rescue ace monster in grave. So this is we're struggling out here. I'm gonna summon Dark. Dark attack over the SP. Okay, and then use Dark, summon back the SP, and oh man, I'm going to link these 2 off into my own SP. So now my SP is gonna banish their Preventer, and we're playing SP control here without no rescue ace here. Our opponent's on Fire Recovery. I'm like, what the hell? Are you playing? At one point I was like, are you playing Salad Rescue Ace? Because what are these cards in your deck? So they're gonna summon back Sunlight Wolf, and Sunlight Wolf is gonna attack over my SP Little Knight. And yeah, this is what the Rescue Ace mirror has evolved into. Sunlight Wolf, SP beats. I draw Airlifter on turn 8, and oh man, it feels good to finally play Rescue Ace in my Rescue Ace deck. And yeah, here comes the Anima. They're going to. They had no Fire Monster at back. I was like, wait, you're not triggering Sunlight Wolf? So yeah, Preventer, get back to Turbulence, and then summon back to something. Yeah, but yeah, this. Yeah, it's some of the best games involve one or both players bricking for several turns. So moving on from a game where my deck bricked to a game where both players' brains were bricked. That is one way I will describe the gameplay that occurred in this game. It's I can't explain to you in the moment exactly my thought process because it was there probably was none. And speaking of none. I got no plays because my emergency got ashed, and I didn't open one of the good cards like Bellstar or Poplar. I opened Airlifter, and Ash on emergency kind of hurts. So they're on Horus here, you know, very creative deck, and you can start Obfuscus, Dump. I ain't trying to pronounce that name. You guys can do that. A Zombie Vampire gets Baylor. Zombie Vampire has never resolved ever in its life, and they're gonna summon Rhinoheart, and I'm gonna hold my Infern for the Kid Kalos. So yeah, Kid Kalos gets negated, and now they're gonna send Happy, and they're gonna do a lot of damage, and they can't kill me, so that's good. Main phase 2, they're going to link into SP, target my emergency, and I'm gonna chain emergency. I don't know why I chained emergency, because every single one of my recipes monsters right now would be a good draw. I'm just saying. So I don't know why I'm trying to thin out my deck with good draws, but yeah, that also gets punished because they have a maxi. And at first I was like, thank God you maxied me on your turn and not my turn. And you know, I thinned my deck out by a Turbulence because that's probably the one. I don't know. They were all good draws. And we're going to Kingstar Compass, dump Snow. Tier players, man. One maxi draw gets them Snow Engrave. So now this shit is super hard to play through. Thankfully, I draw the best card in my deck, which is Bonfire. Thank God. So we have a chance to play through this board. Bonfire, special Poplar, nice Snow. Nice Snow activation on when I haven't normal summoned yet. Nice Snow. Your Snow. You lost to one hand trap, bro. Like I could normal summon hand trap. Anyway, I don't have to normal summon a hand trap because I can just recipes. I can just add Turbulence back to my hand, and then banish these two. And Turbulence will set 4, and they're gonna dodge my Infern for me because they're gonna chain SP to the Turbulence, and yeah, it's Turbulence set 4. And fortunately, I can't really do anything because I don't have a face-up card anymore. They kept me off of face-up cards by shotgunning their interruptions. So yeah, now let's. This is where things fly off the rails. First of all, Kid Kalos effect. Do you see a tier monster in here? Do you see a tier monster in your grave? No. They top decked a tier monster for the Kid Kalos, mill 5. Sick. Kit Halfness too, by the way. Man, get a roll colors out. And now they're going to link off the. What the fuck is this? Why are you playing Artemis for what? What? Okay, so yeah, here comes the thing I'm not gonna pronounce, and they're gonna link all of these into a unicorn. Summon back the Happy. Enter battle phase. So someone wanted to explain to me what my opponent was doing here, because I got no fucking idea, bro. No idea. And okay, that's gonna trigger Poplar. I'm gonna set Poplar back, and they're gonna trigger Snow. Okay, summon out Snow, target my Turbulence, and I'm going to contain the Snow, or I'm going to contain the Dwamatif, not the Snow, because you're in battle phase, bro. Okay, you have anything that can run over this Turbulence? No. Okay. Failed to kill Turbulence in battle, proceeds to leave, refuses to elaborate further. What? Alright, so this is a game where we do a bit of flexing. So this hand, obviously we only have one play, which is emergency, but drew the Gamma, so they have Ash. We got it. If they have Maxi, we also have Ash for Maxi. So this is actually a pretty good hand. So we go Hydrant, dumping the Preventer, adding Airlifter, normal summon the Airlifter to add Alert. At this point, they have a delay in their hand, which makes me, you know, most of the time people bluff that they have something when they don't have an Imperm, so that it'll make me play a different way. If they do have Imperm, they're likely just toggling off so that I don't suspect it. That's just how Stage 2 Worlds grind goes. So, because I felt it, I still play around Imperm just in case, you know, if they missed a toggle or something. So we go into SP Little Knight, and then Special Turbulence by banishing Alert and Airlifter, and Turbulence sets 4. And they don't do anything to that. So, and now I could go further, but I just pass on this because I have a Gamma, and I have plans for this Gamma. We call this the Steven Santoli. So they're going to Bonfire, which I'm going to Ash, and they're going to Call by the Ash Blossom. At this point, I chained the SB, banishing my Turb and the SB. You know, why would I do that? Why could I be doing that? Not telegraphed at all, by the way. This play is just not. Surely they're not going to suspect why I'm clearing my board just randomly off of a Called By. And they end up adding Ash to hand, and this Ash gets Gammaed. Yeah. Gamma is my strongest form of interruption in my hand. Even though I have 2 back row and I have SP, Gamma destroys and negates, so it's better than Extinguish or Contain individually, and it's better than SP. So yeah. I'm going to Gamma their Ash, and they're going to Maxi my Gamma, which I'm going to chain my Rescue to get back the Hydrant, and then they're going to chain Kieran, and I'm like, contemplate, do I want to give them 1 extra draw, because now this Kieran threatens to run over my Hydrant, which turns off my spell trap. So the answer is yes, I will give them 1 extra draw. I will emergency summon out the second Preventer from deck, and then the Preventer will sack itself. Then the Kieran summons itself, popping the Ash, which still gets negated. The Rescue brings back the Hydrant, and the Maxi resolves. They get 1 draw off of the Driver, and then Preventer will bring back the Turbulence that I banished off the SP, so that they can't run over my Hydrant, so that I still have my both back alive. And yeah, they expanded their normal summon, their Ash, and their Kieran already. So it's like hard drawing Fire King Island or bust at that point. Not sure if that was the actual right way to go, like doing all that just to make my Gamma live, but you know, you gotta make some of these games interesting when you're playing like 200, 300 games over the fucking weekend. Alright, this is the most high octane 1-turn game you'll ever see. Enjoyers of tier format, eat your heart out. So I'm gonna 1-for-1 Maxi. Praise they don't have a hand trap, which they don't have Maxi or Ash, so it's good. I go Rescue Ace Hydrant, Hydrant add Airlifter, normal Airlifter, Airlifter add Alert, Alerts, add Turbulence, link these 2 off into SP Little Knight, then special summon Turbulence, and here's where it starts, here's where it begins, okay? My opponent has Labrynth, so Labrynth Coup Clock, and then use Labrynth, Chandragalier, dump Welcome Labrynth, and set a big Welcome Labrynth, and then they're going to special the Coup Clock. Now, I think they might have waited a bit too long on this. They let me get SP on the field. This SP is going to cause them nightmares. Well, first of all, I'm going to chain Maxi to the Coup Clock because it appears they don't have Lady Labrynth, so get a free draw off of that with the Maxi. And then they're going to big Welcome Labrynth, and I'm going to chain SP Little Knight, banishing their Coup Clock so that they can't go for Lovely because they don't have another monster to bounce. Instead, they go for Arias, but we get another draw, and they're gonna get their furniture back. And now it's not over yet. They're going to use Arias, set Dogmatic Punishment. Whose turn is it? I don't fucking know. They're gonna Dogmatic Punishment, target Rescue Turbulence, and this is the only reason why I run multiple Turbulence is because stuff like this comes up. So they're gonna target my Turbulence. I'm gonna special summon the second Turbulence from the deck, and then sack off the other Turbulence so that their Dogmatic Punishment doesn't resolve. And then I finally, after all that, after Coup Clock, plus Arius, I get to set my 3 traps and get the SP back, and set 5, and I have the Ash in hand that I drew off the maxi. Hell yeah. So onto some Snake Eyes games. And this hand is really good, and they're gonna normal Ponyx, and I just Gamma the Ponyx, and they're going to Ash. Gonna Ash my Gamma. Fair. You gotta do what you gotta do. So yeah, now they get to add their Sanctuary and Fire King Island, and that's gonna be really annoying for us. So they're gonna add Sacred Fire King Garunix, and I'm gonna maxi the Garunix. And they're gonna call by the maxi. Because, well, you know what? You know what? Why would my maxi ever resolve, right? And yeah, here comes the Garunix out, and Garunix effect. I'm gonna Kama the Garunix, and they're going to original symbol spoil. They just had everything. They just had Ash, Ponyx, original, yeah, and they're gonna Subversion. So oh yeah, they add Subversion. Okay, most Fire King builds aren't on Subversion, and they're gonna Ash this, go into Flamberge, and you know this Fire King combo, Flamberge. Okay, so they placed my Cypher Gear Gamma in here. Why would you do this? To play around evenly? To play around imperm? Okay, okay, fair. Okay. Place my Gamma. Okay. Now, moving on. They're gonna go from Union Princess, coming back to Flamberge, going to Ambler Whale. So now I have I have to deal with Ambler Whale and their Grave setup. So I draw in the draw. Okay, not really helpful. Bonfire. It's gonna add Ash. Okay, normal summon Ash. Add Poplar. Special Poplar. Poplar effect. They're gonna shotgun their Princess, popping the Ambler Whale. Okay, so Ambler Whale pops my Ash, and now Poplar effect will add me my original Sinful Spoils, and they're gonna Garunix, send pop Kieran, and Kieran pop Poplar. Poplar set itself back, and then Pana's gonna get another search. Now, this Gamma, okay? This Gamma here, just keep your eye on this Gamma. I'm gonna original Sinful Spoils away my Poplar, summon Oak effect, summon Ash effect, send Gamma. I'm clapping right now. My opponent's Gamma, my opponent placing my Gamma in my spell trap zone, lost them the game. That gave me one more body to get Flamberge out, and then Flamberge plus the Ash, the Oak, there's just enough bodies to link off, and now I can do Promethean OTK. Promethean Zealand's OTK. So, word of advice, please never Flamberge or Subversion my Gamma. It's going to get banished anyways. Just let it go. Don't give me free send material for Snake Eyes Ash or Snake Eyes Oak. That is for original Sinful Spoils. That's how you lose games like this. Games that were unlosable. But yeah. And they're going to the Ambler Whale. I have 4 monsters on the field. No matter what they pop off of the Ambler Whale, it's still game. And they realize that. Yeah, honestly, it's fair. Snake Eyes games just rot your brain. I fully understand that. Now, speaking of rotting your brain, okay, my opponent, Necro Valley set 2. Yeah, I don't think I ever won the coin flip against Stun, so I'm gonna lead with Poplar, add Tempo, place Flamberge, and I'm going to hit them for 18. And then main phase 2, I'm going to use Prosperity for 6. I banished, keep in mind what I keep in my extra deck. I banished Appaloosa, Celine, Charmer, Linkery, or not Linkery, Anima, and then 2 Synchros. Not Baron, but Savage and Formula. Okay, so reveal 6, and I'm gonna reveal a Poplar, or I'm gonna reveal Diabellstar. I'm gonna Diabellstar, send Valor, Diabellstar, set Original Symbol Spoilers. I'm trying to do a play. I'm trying to make an SP to clear the Necro Valley, and in doing so, I'm also want to get 3 monsters on board. That way, if they have something to respond to my SP, I could banish the SP and chain to their effect, because I would control a monster to banish. So yeah, just trying to play it around as much as I can. Ash comes out, Ash gets Poplar, I'm gonna special Poplar, and here's where they hit me with the Super Volley. So that's unfortunate. That ruined my plan of getting 3 bodies to before making SP, so that I could save the SP. But instead, I'm gonna go into Linkaribo now. I'm still gonna make the SP, but here I lose to Dogmatic Punishment. We're gonna Dogmatic Punishment, send Titanic Lad, special Ecclesia, and then get another Dogmatic Punishment. Oh boy. Now we're in for the long haul. So they're gonna set 2 and pass back to me. I draw a Droll. I'm gonna normal summon Droll, and they don't Dogmatic Punishment my Droll. Big mistake, because they were probably expecting me to link off the Droll into another Link 1 and then go into SP, but joke's on you, I banished my other Link 1. I couldn't even make SP if I wanted to. So instead, I shotgun a different Link monster, which just ended up being the right play because my opponent didn't play around the Nightmare Phoenix. They let me make Nightmare Phoenix. And now my Phoenix is going to pop their Necro Valley. And it goes through, which means now my original Symbol Spoilers go through. I get to put back Poplar, add Poplar, and then special Poplar. And then Poplar gets Subversion. And here they're going to Dogmatic Punishment me, so which is they waited too long for that. They fucked up. Because of that, they lost their Necro Valley. So yeah, moving on. They're going to end his target my Poplar, and I'm just gonna Linkaribo. You get an extra body. Why not, right? And I'm gonna set Snake Eyes Ash, and then I'm gonna place the Karua because I don't want them getting draw. And now they can't summon a monster, because if they do, I get the Ash follow up. They're going to command and no, you are not getting another Necro Valley, no. And was that? Yeah, that was 2 Commandants and Necro Valley. So I just gotta draw into something playable, but the thing is, my deck has a lot of hand traps, so I can end up drawing into a lot of hand traps, as you see in the last few turns. And here I'm getting beat down by Ecclesia, and here I draw Diabellstar, probably the best draw in my deck left. So special Diabellstar, I'm gonna place Wanted. I'm gonna normal summon Ash and make it Baron. I ain't never cutting Baron out of this game. Pop the Super Poly that was dead. A hit for 15 on the Dogmatic Ecclesia. And now they gotta deal with a Baron on the field. So they're gonna Necro Valley, draw into another Necro Valley. I'm gonna add Diabellstar, and they're gonna... Dude, that was exhausting playing through that a 9-turn stun game where that's man. So now we're going second, and this hand has 0 hand traps. So my opponent reveals Circular, and I'm like, God, fucking damn it! I gotta sit through Circular through 0 hand traps. So yeah, you don't need me to describe what's going on there in the screen. My thought process here is, I know where their end board is. They're probably gonna end on Terahertz plus Super Factorial with some random hand traps, and then I saw the Cyber's Wicket. I'm like, what the hell are you cooking up, little bro? So you're gonna Cyber's Wicket, search Nabla, okay, and go into Transfer Talker, and okay. So what was the point of the Nabla? I'm sorry. What was the point of the Nabla? Do you just search a Nabla in hand? And Small World away. Ooh, you cheeky bugger. You revealed Gachiri, but you did not add Maxi. You added Valor instead of Maxi. What the hell, bro? Okay, so yeah, pass it back to me. Okay, and I draw Maxi. So spoilers, my opponent does not have Maxi in their hand. So they willingly chose to add Valor over Maxi. Beats me. And I'm gonna lead with Sinless Flow Subversion. If this resolves, I can play through their board, because this is going to bait out their save word, and if their save word is baited out, then my call by can negate target their super factorial targets and stop the Lapation from coming out. And the smart thing to do is, if I subversion your terahertz, you should, instead of negating of terahertz, you should just flip up super factorial right there. That way, you still have the protection from called by, and it's all good for you. Because if you negate subversion, you lose the call by degree. And my opponent elects to negate my subversion with the save worm. So at this point, I'm like, okay, I guess I can play for free now. So I'm gonna normal summon Snake Eyes Ash, and I know they have Valor, but I have to cross out for the Valor. So goodbye Valor, and add Poplar, special Poplar. We're gonna use Terahertz effect, dumping Aggregator. Now I made a bit of a misplay. I special Poplar, and I don't use this effect. But because I don't use Poplar's effect, they're like, oh, I'm not going to target Poplar now, I'm going to target Ash. And now your Ash can't use on-field effect Ascend. So I was like, whoops. Whoopsie daisy. So I guess I gotta now link into Relinquish Anima, and Anima threaten the Terahertz. Tear is going to super factorial, and I'm going to call by their Diameter. I'm going to also Maxi, because it still summons even if it gets called by, but they have the Ash anyway. So I had to play through Terahertz, Super Factorial, Ash, Valor. No, not bad, right? Here comes the Poplar, and I'm going to take their Terahertz. I'm going to link these two off into Hita. Hita is going to take their Ash Blossom that they so willingly... Honestly, they should have just not used the Ash, bro. If they didn't use the Ash, well, actually, no, they still had a Wicked. They made a Wicked for some reason, so I guess I still had a target for if I made Dark, but I'm just saying, bro, the Ash did them no good. And here, let me go into Promethean Princess. Now it's going to bring back the Ash, and Ash is going to send the Poplar, and we got there. We got the Flamberge. Flamberge will place whatever, doesn't really matter. Link these two off in the Raging Phoenix. Flamberge triggers, finally get the Poplar at the Vine Temple, not that it really matters, this is OTK, so yeah, we successfully OTK through Terahertz Super Factorial 2 hand traps, or without opening any hand traps of your own. Probably one of the few times that that's actually gonna happen, but I'm glad one of those times was when I played. You're gonna see the most interactive of games. I've heckin' loved this format. Normal summon Ash, okay? Get Valor. Yeah, I'm gonna call by, and you're gonna Bell. Okay. Alright. I see how it is. So I'm gonna link into Linkaribo, okay? And activate OSS, and I get Ash. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! I love how if you don't open 2 to 3 non-engine, you automatically lose the game. But if you open 3 non-engine, you automatically win the game. Sick. Alright, so how's that to my opponent? Opponent's playing Purrely, and unfortunately there's RNG in this deck, so yeah. Feed your kitties, people. Treat your cats with respect. Now they have 1 quick play spell, and they can't really do anything with it. They can't make a Noir with 1 card in hand, I'll tell you that much. So you're gonna get the Sleepy. Yeah, and Purrely is gonna make the Beauty, and then they're gonna use the Purrely on field to make the Beautifully Noir for some reason, even though this does nothing. Like, honestly, they were 100% better off. If you made a Zeus, you probably would have been in a better position, because all this is one negate, and as you know, we have Link Karibo engraved, so this actually, E Purrely Beauty actually just straight up does nothing, alright? So, go to my turn, and Druid Imperm. Would have loved to draw that earlier, and yes, I impermed the one draw off of the E Purrely Noir. Why? Because literally one Snake Eyes Oak with Ash engraved plus Link Karibo beats E Purrely Beauty. They have absolutely nothing they can negate, because I will just dodge anything relevant with the Link Karibo engrave. So yeah, no chance to sack into a max seed for you. And yeah, my turn. Summon Oak. Oak target Ash. They're gonna just fire it off right away. Just rip off the mandate. Okay, well we're gonna Link Karibo to dodge the E Purrely Beauty, and here comes the Link Karibo. Here comes the Ash. Here comes the Poplar. Here comes the Poplar. Yeah. Okay. Wow, what an interactive game. It's totally not like 80-90% of the games in the fucking World Championship qualifiers are like this or anything. So honestly, F this format and F this Worlds qualifiers. We'll get them next year. I'll promise I'll be less bad next year, and I'll actually learn how to play the best deck. So yeah, I'm done with this. Why don't we move on to something more exciting? We got OCG Edison. Hell yeah. Can't wait to actually play a new and fresh format from 14 years ago.